Children's Revolution video, take one. Children of the world, it is I, Dr. Bob. The world right now, the adults, are under a great shadow. And we need your help, we need your light and love, more now than ever. We need you to call a children's revolution. Check in your heart if this is something you want to do. Ask around. Talk to your teddy bears. And when you are ready, voice it. Say your name and call it. For example, my name, Dr. Bob. I call a children's revolution. Of course, I'd be too old to call it. So I hope that you out there will feel inspired to do so. The world needs you now. You are our last hope. May the 4th be with you.
So, my name is Mr. Andre. I'm going to be your guys' flash mob choreographer for this journey. I'm fortunately going to work with the kids at Conklin to help show you guys some really cool moves, and we'll go on a little bit of journey. But for now, I'm going to begin with what we're on here. Right now, most people, they're on a journey from the head to the heart. Why it's a children's revolution is we actually start off here. And the teddy bear, they help get us there. But how I understand that is, anybody heard of Play-Doh? Who's Play-Doh?
No. You said Play-Doh.
Oh, yeah. Plato is an old Greek philosopher dude, big thinker. And so how he understands kind of the thing that we're in, even though he said this, thousands and thousands of years ago, but it still applies. He had an analogy called the cave. So in the cave, a bunch of little dudes. They're in this cave, and they got these chained. They're chained to a wall. There's a tiny little, it's a little fire, a little light, a little candle, and there's an object. So good so far? So on the wall, this light would cast a shadow, bigger than the object. It's a really big shadow. And these dudes, having been born in the cave and locked in the cave, they take the shadows to be reality. They see these shadows and go, this is what the world is about. Now, of course, some people ended up kind of getting out of this cave. They found their way out. And outside the cave, oh, there's beautiful trees, there's the sun. It's just wonderful, man. Outside the cave, we're in a cave before, and all of a sudden they come out of this cave like, wow, this is amazing. Now in the allegory, those that make it outside the cave have to go back in and help the other people to get out of that cave. Now another way to understand it is this old saying, life is like people trapped in a bottle, trapped in a maze. And some people get lucky enough to get out of the maze and get out of the bottle. And again, it's their duty to go back into the bottle and help people with that maze and help them get out of the bottle. But truthfully, there is no maze. There is no bottle. It's all in our heads. What Plato kind of got wrong is that no one is actually born in the cave. Hey, we're all born outside first. And then through people's struggles, we get pulled into the cave. And we go, oh, this is what world and life must be like. But it's always beautiful on that outside. So the Children's Revolution is to help us come out of that cave, because we start out there. It's to look to these kids to help remind us who we are. Because they're light, they're not afraid of their light. They're not afraid of their love and being caring and being crazy and being silly. And it's who we are. These are good things. So part of the journey is to help people get out of that crazy cave. But a lot of people are stuck in here, and it's kind of shadow world, I like to call it. And in the shadow world, what happens is those who get power in it, you know, they get a lot of money or political power or whatever it is, the more that they get of that, the less people that they can trust. Trust is such an important thing to the human experience. In Russia, at the height of its communism, when everybody was running on everybody and you weren't sure who to trust, they had a saying. They were just waiting to die. What happens is all these guys who have all this power, who have lack of trust, their view of the world gets imprinted on us because they have the power to do so. And so we think this world is a very untrusting, scary, dark place. But those leaders are also a reflection of us. And how we're going to understand that, I'm going to show you another little diagram. So let's skip there. Okay, also, you know, there's that idea of the duty to go back into the cave and the duty to go back into the bottle. But it's more than that. We suffer from a serious case of crabs in a bucket. Does anybody know crabs in a bucket?
It's like the lobster effect.
Yeah.
Where like one person brings all of them down. Like
Yeah, and usually, yeah. So what happens in the analogy is you have a bucket of crabs, right? And in the bucket, you know, they don't put a lid. You know, they're alive because you got to boil them alive. But they don't need to put a lid. One crab tries to get out, the others just pull it back down. Now sometimes when they tell this analogy, it's about all people keeping people down. But no, it's a sacred testament. No one is free until we're all free. You can achieve spiritual freedom, you can achieve financial freedom, but we're still all so connected. Hey, we make this world together. So no one is free until we're all free. It's a process we go through to bring us all up together. Okay, so for a lot of cultures and philosophies, there are 7 to 9 worlds that humanity goes through, or is going to go on, embark on. For a lot of them, we're in the 4th, moving into the 5th. So we're going to look at what these worlds were. So the first world I like to call Eve. This is the world of no man. In all their worlds, the first world was one of the most awesome worlds. It was like, yeah, this is beautiful. It's just all God and all connected and all flow. But each world leads to the next. So this is our first open circle. And what happens in the second world is otherness appears. Because God needed someone to hear what she had done. This is man appears. Not man or woman, just this otherness. It's tiny. Amongst all this God thing, this little thing appears and goes, whoa, what's this world? It's pretty awesome. What's going on? Checking it out. But as it grows, it starts to grow and grow and grow, and it starts to make this third world. You guys know the Tao, right? Have you ever seen the Tao? It's with a dot there and a dot there.
Yeah.
So this is the world before that. This is E-A-R-T. You see, as that man grew and that otherness grew, the world became very black and white. And that caused a lot of trouble. In all the mythologies, the third world is one of the hardest worlds we ever were in. And it hurt a lot. And this is the world Woe Man. A man full of many woes. So it's a lot of pain. But that's kind of where we get that weird understanding of this blame thing. You know, they talk about the woman and bad. Oh man, it's the guy's got the Adam's apple. He's the one who ate that apple, not her.
Yeah, but the woman gave birth, and that's painful. You want to know pain? That's painful.
Yeah. Oh, we'll come back to that too. We'll come back to that too. So now we move into Earth, which is the fourth world. The world we're kind of actually coming out of, where there's still lots of dark, but there was also lots of light. So even in the dark stuff, we found out there was light. And even in the light stuff, we found out there was dark. Because this stuff is connected, and as we grew. Now I'm going to tell you a story that starts from the third world and moves to the fourth. To understand where we're going. So this is an old story. Okay, I'm going to give you the Hopi version with a Cree, Ojibwe, Mr. Andre twist.